Okay, so Job 38 and 32. I was told to read this because the zodiac was in the Bible. I'm like, I've never heard the zodiac mentioned. They're like, oh, it's not going to be mentioned by name. So I'm going to go to the Catholic translation because, in my mind, from what, I mean, I don't own the eSword. Um, all this is done on my phone. And they don't have the eSword for Android. Every time I try to download it, that's what it's always saying. So my way of getting as close as I can to the word is with by reading the Catholic translation first off, because in my mind, like they did this to us, right? Look, the Spaniards, right? When you listen to their stories when they were hitting the open seas, what did they want to do? They wanted to get around Africa. They wanted to get around Africa and into Asia, where the Orientals were, where the Afro Asians were. Look at Christopher Columbus, right? Could have went anywhere in the world. Went to went to the Caribbeans, went to Mexico. You know, I mean, the Portuguese, they have look. The Portuguese have a claim to have, because this is what I can't understand. The Native Americans are always like, oh, Christopher Columbus, F Christopher Columbus Day. Look what he does. Christopher Columbus never made it to North America, but the Portuguese did. Remember the Portuguese? They ran across those people. What they called the Melungeons. The Abraham Lincoln is a descendant of them. Elvis Presley is a descendant of them. Tom Hanks is a descendant of them. The people that were black or sub-Saharan, the DNA says it's sub-Saharan African men who mix with European women, and these are their offsprings in the middle of Tennessee, in the mountains of North Carolina, because the other tribes had kicked them out because of the admixing, and the Portuguese discovered them. But yet, because the Portuguese were not as loyal to the Catholic Church and the Crown, um, they then when they went before the Pope and and the Pope was deciding who discovered the Americas, whose stories are we going to go with? Is it going to be Columbus or I forget the name of the discoverer? See, the Portuguese discoverer. They're like, well, the Spanish are more loyal to us. We'll go with them. Yeah, the Spanish will do the bidding of the Catholic, the Pope, right? They'll do the thieving and the stealing, while the Portuguese, I guess, just weren't those kind of people. It's crazy, man. So, yeah, I use the Catholics because they have from the other translations I get for free. They have the closest to um, what I'm looking for, um, and then the Blue Letter Bible, so I can get the translations of the words. So everywhere else, it's talking about this. See, it's talking about the great bear. What was the other one? The great bear and his cub. Which I mean, that's their translations, and that's obvious. That's Ursa Major and Ursa Minor. The 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 North Star. That's always pointing. Those stars that are always pointing north, right? The star from the California, the bear that's on the California flag, right, with the red star, the North Star. So that's easy. But here in the Catholic one, it doesn't say that, and this is where, to me, it's interesting. Canst thou bring forth the day star? That's the sun, right? The sun is a star in its times, or in its time. Sorry. So the time it's supposed to come up to, and time it's supposed to set. Can you do it? No. And make the evening star to rise upon the children of the earth. So now let's go to the Blue Letter Bible. All right. Down 32. You want the tools. Open up. See, now in the Blue Letter one, they actually use the phrase that's in the other translation. So I wonder why the Catholics didn't go with this. Because this is what they're saying is another word for The zodiac.
Strong's H 4216. Mazaroth. Mazaroth.
The root word in etymology, in the sense of, there we go.
Strong's H 5144. Nazar. Nazar.
To hold, food, drink. I don't see how it's. Let's see. I don't see how this has anything.
Nazar, Nazar, a primitive root, to hold aloof, i.e., intransitively, abstain, from food and drink, from impurity, and even from divine worship, i.e., apostatize, specifically. To set apart, to sacred purposes, i.e., devote, consecrate, separate, self.
And that's the hidden strongs for that, so. Let's see the strongs for this. I was going to give us a comparison word.
Mazara, Mazor, apparently from H5144 in the sense of distinction, some noted constellation, only in the plural, perhaps collectively, the zodiac, Mazoreth. Compare H4208.
Alright, well, we'll compare the first one first. Apparently. Oh, they just.
Strong's H 5144.
No off.
Nazar. Nazar.
Yeah. And then it says, for the zodiac compares to.
Strong's H.
We just read that. That's interesting. We just read that. Yeah. In the following manner. How is it? Oh no, we didn't. Oh, I should have just, yeah, because this is the. Oh.
Mazala, Mazorlaw, apparently from H5140 in the sense of reigning, a constellation, i.e. zodiacal sign, perhaps as affecting the weather, planet. Compare H4216.
Okay, so, yeah, these are two different words, right? Yep. Because this one down here, right, is spelled Mazzoroth. See, so they're dealing with, that's the spirit, right? According to what the Book of Enoch, right? Who's dealing with the weather and stuff like that. That's a spirit. That's an angel. That's what that is. So when they're giving you this, perhaps of the weather planet compared, yeah, they're talking about a spirit, not a zodiac. Unless that's all the zodiac is a spirit stuck up there, an angel stuck in the sky. But that's not what the Book of Enoch says. So, yeah, so I think that's what all that is. They're not describing a zodiac, they're describing a spirit that's stuck there. Nothing earth-shattering or breaking. I still thought that was interesting, though. But let's finish this off here. The root word, the etymology for this, is going to come from here.
Strong's H 5144. Nazar. Nazar.
See, that Nazar, now that does, see, it's almost reminding me of like Those are the angels, like, yeah, it's a name. Just that name just sounds more like one of the angel names.
Nazar, a primitive root, to hold aloof, i.e., intransitive, abstain, from food and drink.
We already went over this. Let's look. I want to look this up and see if this. Oh, you gotta love Google. Nazar is an Arabic word that means sight and attention. A Hebrew word that, how can it be in Arabic and it's a Hebrew word? One came before the other. Old Testament. Oh. See, now this, they didn't give us this. Now, did they?
In the Old Testament, Nazar can also mean to be a Nazarite, or to live as a Nazarite.
Now, I wonder how they're getting that. But so far, no one has found the city of Nazareth. That is interesting. I did not realize that. Yep. Yeah, we got all that. See, now where's the proof? Like, they're just saying this, but they're not giving you the verses to look this up to prove that any of this.
The Hebrew verb, nazar, primarily means to consecrate or set apart, often in the context of a vow or dedication to God. It implies a voluntary act of separation from common use or profane things. Dedicating oneself to a sacred purpose. This term is most notably associated with the Nazirite vow, a special form of consecration described in the Old Testament.
The what? Okay. I gotta stop because I think I've lost the plot here. This thing's it read it the Naziite vow. Are you insane? Are you insane? Like this is what I get for letting the computer do all the heavy work. Wow. Oh man, it has to be Nazarite.
In ancient Israel, the Nazirite vow was a
Stop saying
significant
that.
religious practice. Those who took this vow, known as Nazirites, were required to abstain from wine and other fermented drinks, avoid cutting their hair, and refrain from contact with dead bodies. Numbers chapter 6 verses 1 to 21. This vow could be taken for a specific period or for a lifetime, as seen in the cases of Samson, Samuel, and John the Baptist. The practice of taking a Nazirite vow was a way for individuals to express their devotion and commitment to God, often seeking divine favor or intervention.
So we had to get away from that. The Nazirite vow. Are you insane? And Wikipedia, what it has to say about this is an eye-shaped amulet supposed to protect against the evil eye in certain cultures. That was for the American. Yep, the evil eye again. This is the vow. See now, what is this? Now look at this. This is Indonesia, right? Indonesia is what? It's over there. Where's it? It's in the Indian Ocean, right? Now look. They still hold the old ways. Look at that. Because remember what it was according to the Blue Letter Bible, you know, and then what was it? The Nazar. They're saying this is like a Nazarite vow. Look what it says here. How it's used in Indonesia: a solemn promise to perform some act or behave in a specified manner, especially a promise to live and act in accordance with the rules of a religious order. So in Indonesia, they still using but should we be surprised? Afro-Asiatic? Oh man, this is exciting. This part is good. So they still hold the old ways, or a portion of it back there. I don't expect them to do it over here. Now, I wonder why it's referred to though as the evil eye, right? To gaze, the eye, the evil eye. It's like look where the places where they refer to it as the evil eye. It's in like all these places where the melanated people are not president. The Afro-Asiatic person, the melanated person, is not the ones that, you know, that's dominating that region or areas, right? To these places, it's an evil eye watching you. That is crazy. Here's the ambulance. Here it is. Oh, this is going to take you back to what that lesson Lex did about the giants and the peacock god. That's what this is going to take you back to. And don't they put it on their... Don't the Jewish people put all of their stuff with that Hindu hand, right? With the eyeball in the middle of it? Oh, man.
An eye bead or nazar, from Arabic, na, meaning sight, surveillance, attention, and other related concepts, is an eye-shaped amulet believed by many to protect against the evil eye. The term is also used in Azerbaijani, Bengali, Hebrew, Hindi, Urdu, Kurdish, Pashto, Persian, Punjabi, Turkish, Greek and other languages. 1. In Turkey. It is known by the name Nazar Bonkagu. 2. The latter word being a derivative of bonk, bead, in Turkish, and the former borrowed from Arabic. In Greece it is known as mati, eye. In Persian and Afghan folklore, it is called a Chesham Nazar, Persian, or Nazar Kurbani, Ani. 3. In India and Pakistan, the Hindi Urdu slogan Chasham-e-Badur, may the evil eye keep away, is used to ward off the evil eye. 4. In the Indian subcontinent, the phrase Nazar lag gai is used to indicate that one has been affected by the evil eye. 5, 6, 7.
And in North America, nobody cares about the evil eye. It's like this stuff they don't even like. Think about it, right? They say when you look up the origin for the middle finger, right? It is to warn that the evil eye is watching, right? I wonder the eye of Ra. Oh boy. And people just willy-nilly, 2 middle fingers. Okay. Are you warning me or are you just acting out? Like, wow. Like, it's crazy to see how serious they take it in other places. And here, nope, nobody cares. Yep, see? So... that is crazy. That is weird. So we went from looking up, what was it, the zodiac, right? And the word for the zodiac, or what they claimed was the zodiac, and it leading to its etymology, its origin for, was it Maza, whatever you pronounce that, and it leads us to this. And it's for the Hebrews, for the Afro-Asiatic, it's behave, right, act right, according to the book of Deuteronomies, Leviticus. Behave these specific ways as much as you can, right? And you keep it's like you keep the evil away when you do that. If you don't, and you act out, and you misbehave, and there's no repentance, you're opened up for this thing to watch your life and then infect your life, right? Now, the fact that it says that they try to make it as connected to the zodiac, that part I don't get. I still think it's a spirit. That's the thing I think we'll end on. We'll look up and see if it's an angel. Mm-hmm. That's a video game. And there, wow. That's all I can say is just wow. Give us something. The red ribbon. So, all right. So look at that. Go back. All that because we looked up this.
Strong's H 4216. Mazaroth. Mazaroth.
Nazar, apparently from H5144 in the sense of distinction, some noted constellation, only in the plural, perhaps collectively, the zodiac, Mazoreth. Compare H4208.